likely be panic citywide. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Hello and welcome to this very emotional, to phrase it correctly, Puck Drop episode. In many different ways. We are happy because, well, we can see our beautiful faces, fellas. This is our first unmasked episode. But we are also sad because it is a first day for us to not wear masks since freshman year when we did this 2 years ago. But it is also the last show live in studio on our regular schedule for this year. Very emotional. It was a fun ride, gentlemen, and we got here, and we will obviously be working via YouTube. And of course, we'll be showing up in the studio under different guidance within the coming months over the spring.
You haven't seen The Last of Us.
Yes, you have not seen The Last of Us. Nope. So if you watch LTV and you hate us, but you have to watch LTV for whatever reason, you're going to have to stick with us for a while. All right, fellas, let's get right into it. So it's been an interesting week for the New Jersey Devils, Jacob.
Yeah, they went 2-1 this week. They lost 4-3 to the Columbus Blue Jackets, 3-1 to the New York Rangers, and they beat the St. Louis Blues 3-2 on Sunday. Ryan and I were at that game. I mean, that was a fun game. It was a packed house.
Atmosphere-wise, I was in love with the crowd. It was high school hockey night. We saw our Lancers there. We saw Verona Glen Ridge there. We saw Ridge there. We saw Princeton Day School. We saw Morristown there. I can name every school in the state of New Jersey. Jonathan Dayton, Passaic, blah, 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 blah. They were all there. They were all in attendance. So it was really cool to see that. The Devils are obviously, not only that, playing good hockey on the ice as well. Not only are the fans starting to show up because the mask policy has been lifted, you know, the vaccine policy has been lifted, so multiple reasons for people to start showing up, but they've also been performing on the ice, which is our conversation for the day, Jacob. And in terms of that game, can I get us started with opinions on their 3-2 win?
Sure.
I think that their biggest thing was energy. I think they ran out of energy in the third period. I think the fans laid back on them a little bit, but they were just really able to trounce back in overtime. But I was overall happy with everything on that day. Again, we can't expect too much from this team. They're not a good team by any means. So just even wins like that are, you know, happy. And we were playing a team out of Division 2.
I wouldn't say that. I think they. No, excuse me.
You're excused.
I think they are actually,
They're a solid-
I wouldn't say they're not a good team by any means.
I would say they're a terrible team.
No.
No, I
I would disagree with that. I
They're-
think
they're
they're a
analy- they're
solid
an-
team with some great pieces.
They're middle-
They've just been held back by their goaltenders.
Fellas, I'll say
They're a
this-
bubble playoff team if they have a decent goalie.
I'll say the same thing every year. I'll say the same thing that we say every year. All right, we always come in saying, yes, they've improved in this, and this, but they've never actually ever made the playoffs. And if they did, Tampa Bay Lightning, it's been a fluke. I can't say they're a good team. Terrible, poor choice of words. I apologize. I will take my statement back. They're not a terrible team, but they're not a good hockey team.
Well, I disagree. They've been scoring as expected, and they've not been and their analytical defensive numbers have been pretty much average. And I think what's really been holding back the Devils is just goaltending, which we've discussed ad nauseum on this show. And I think if they just get a good goaltender in the offseason,
And we've seen.
and we don't get bad luck again,
But,
then we can have
what
a-
I'm saying
then
is
we have
that,
a
Jordan,
playoff team.
our record in the last 10 has been 5 wins, 5 losses. That's not by any means good. That's
Because
average.
goaltending-
And
No,
that's good
no,
for us.
but-
That is good for us. That means that we are not a good hockey team.
Well,
What were you gonna say,
in their last 10 games, 5 wins, 5 losses.
Yes.
But in 2 of those games were just because of John Gillies.
Exactly.
Okay. Liabilities exist. Liabilities
Exactly.
are on the team. What are you going to do about them? Blame them?
Yes. That's
Okay.
exactly what
so
we're
if
gonna
you
do.
lose in the Stanley Cup, are you just going to sit back and blame that person?
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't.
If the goaltender,
It's team effort.
if
Hockey's a team sport.
hockey is a team sport.
It is, but
If there's
goalie
liabilities-
is so incredibly separate from every other position.
But
It's
answer
not
this
just
for me.
if
Answer
like
this for
Damon
me.
Severson
Are they
makes a
important-
bobbly kind of play. The goaltender's in the entire game. If they break down, then it's pretty much
Is
on them.
Gillies on the same team as Nico Hischier?
Yes, he is. Nico Hischier has been
Yes.
playing
Do
well.
they play the same team every day?
Do they play
yeah.
the same opponent?
Do
you
they
mean?
play the same opponent every day?
They do not.
Okay, okay, let me rephrase that. Do those 2 players each step on the ice wearing a Devils uniform and play the same opponent as each other?
Yes.
Yes, they do. They are one
But
team.
some players are more-
Liabilities or not, no matter who's responsible, they are not a good hockey team. All right? 5-5, we are very happy with, okay?
I think you're not taking a nuanced enough approach. You can't blame the entire team, and that would lead
I'm
to
not blaming the
overhauling
entire team. I'm just
team.
saying liabilities are causing us to not be a good hockey team.
Yes,
Is that a fact?
Well,
Yes.
yes. That's,
Okay,
that's
so
the
they're not a
statement.
good hockey team. You just agreed with me.
I feel like a better way to phrase it would be liabilities are causing the team to not have a good record.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
But
feel like
I
that's a better
think
way
the
to phrase it.
Devils have a solid team. They've just been held back by goaltending.
Okay.
The curse
they
of
have
Brodeur and
solid
all.
skaters, but as a team, they've been struggling.
Sure.
Yes, you can blame the goaltending, but as a team, they have been struggling.
Sure, but
the
that's a
team puts
short-sighted
the
approach
score.
because you don't look at the future.
The team puts the score at the end of every game on the board, right?
Yes.
The team has been putting a losing score on the board 50% of the time this week. You can't argue with
over
the
the
stats.
past 10
You
games.
can't
Over the
argue with
past
the
10
stats.
games,
You can't make your own stats. You can make your own opinions up, but you can't make your own stats up.
And yet-
Statistically, 5-5 for them has been very good this year in terms of last 10 games, right? That's not great. That's not good. 5-5. It's not winning.
Statistically, the offense has been scoring at their expected clip, and their defense has been pretty much.
Except for when they play Igor Shesterkin.
Yes, except
Sure.
for when they play Shesterkin.
They've been scoring at their expected clip, and the defense has been fine. Really, it's just been goaltending.
Yes, it has been.
Okay, yeah,
goaltending.
I feel
can
like
agree.
we're agreeing on this.
We're just
but
we're just not seeing
We're
eye to
phrasing
eye.
it differently. I'm
Yeah.
quite frankly more generalizing the team. You guys are more going in depth.
Exactly.
But generally, the team has been struggling. You can't question it. You can't question that the team has been struggling with record. Their record is not good. Their last 10, they're 5-5. You can blame whoever you want. The fact is, their record's 5-5.
Well, I think we've talked extensively about the players that we are not think are good. John Gillies. Let's talk about some players that did have a good week. And Jordan, you want to go first?
I will go first. Now, my player of the week is not the best player on this team right now, but there is no rule in the puck drop bylaws that says the player of the week has to be the best player on the team for that week. So my player of the week is goaltender Nico Dawes because
Oh.
he hasn't. My player of the week is Nico Dawes, not because he's been the best on the team, but because he has been saving more goals than expected, which is something you cannot say for any other Devils goaltender this season. And he's been a role player. He's been playing his role to what you would expect, and that's why he's my player of the week.
Jacob?
My player of the week is going to have to be Jack Hughes. Simple as that. Hughes, goal, 2 assists in 3 games this week.
He's a star.
He had that, just beautiful assist on the Dawson Mercer goal Sunday. He didn't even look at Mercer until after he passed the puck, which is just insane.
Ryan, who's your player of the week?
So I'm going to have to agree. I think Hischier's been having a good week, but Hughes specifically, I think Hughes, as you said earlier, probably was the player of the week.
Yeah, honestly,
I liked his assists, but I also just like the way he's been progressing throughout the season.
yeah, he's 41 points in 36 games. That's a
Second
really
in the
good
team.
pace.
There's one player ahead of him, Jesper Bratt. He's been having a great year.
But Barat has played I
Yeah.
believe 15 more games.
Well, yeah, if I have this correct, Hughes
10
has
more
played
games.
36 games, and 36 games for Jack Hughes and 51 games for Jesper Bratt.
So
There's a spread. But Hughes this week has been phenomenal.
Yeah, Hughes was phenomenal.
He's one of those players you just really can't complain too often. He
No.
showed up to play hockey every day. He puts his head down. He doesn't complain like other players who would. He just plays hockey.
Yeah, and he does it well, very well. One thing I like about Jack Hughes that makes him so fun, he'll just he'll be in a zone entry, and literally the entire other team will be there, and he'll just be like, "Yeah, I can make this work. I can make something out of this."
He goes coast to coast.
He's Mr. Positive.
He's a coast to coast player.
He's optimistic.
You
Jack.
don't see that often.
I like that nickname, Optimistic Jack. You see players sometimes, I can think of examples, Subban, they're very emotional towards their team. On the other hand, sometimes they're over-optimistic, sometimes they're over-pessimistic. Hughes is realistically optimistic, I think, all the
Hughes
time.
doesn't even want to deal with the press, which is what I like about him. He's just like, oh yeah, it was a good game. Hey, let's go party.
Well, that's kind of disappointing because we are the press, but
You know what? I can respect it.
yeah, I can respect it as well. But anyway,
I think one other player before we move on talk about is Nico Hischier, who has been played very well recently, and apparently, according to Lindy Ruff, he's actually been playing injured. That he's was not in practice today. He took a maintenance day, I believe. The previous time they practiced, that he did not practice today.
I
He's
saw that he was taking a maintenance day. I was worried about that.
questionable for tonight with a lower body injury, but he's played really well recently, and I think we should.
he was
move-
my runner-up for Player of the Week.
I think it's a good lead-in to news for this week. It's the first piece of news. Other news, a lot of it came from a big Pierre LeBrun, who's an NHL insider, article on The Athletic where he talked with Tom Fitzgerald, and they spoke a lot of things, including that PK Subban was told he will not be re-signed after the season, or at least not at the moment. Do not think they will re-sign PK Subban. Kind of, shows he's probably going to get dealt at the trade deadline. And in that article, there was also other news. Tom Fitzgerald said they're going to go back to the drawing board in goaltending. They're going to have to make some moves, whether at the deadline, at the draft, in terms of goaltending. And as well, he said, don't rule out another big free agency, splash in free agency. He said the reason they went after Dougie Hamilton was because Hamilton was a player that fit the team. He fit the organization. He fit the timeline. Fitzgerald said, if there's another player that fits those criterias, he is not going to be afraid to spend money, big money, to go after him.
I like that. Not many. There are some GMs who will get on your nerves by not spending any money. Tom Fitzgerald clearly isn't that kind of GM. And do you think that big splash that Tom Fitzgerald was talking about refers to the goaltender he wants to go after? And if so, who do you think he'll try and get?
Darcy Kemper, maybe?
I'm a big Darcy Kemper fan. I liked him when he was in Arizona. I'd be very, very happy.
And
if
he's
he
had a
got-
great year in Colorado, too.
Yeah.
We're going to get to see Darcy Kemper tonight.
Yeah, I'd be very happy if the Devils got Darcy Kemper.
I think it's going to be a tough night for the Devils, though.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Colorado is a great team, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that
In our preview.
in our week preview, which I think we could move on to right now.
Yes, we can. So the Avalanche, who the Devils are playing tonight at 7 p.m. at the Rock, little homestand for the Devils. And so actually, gentlemen, I have a question.
Yes.
So considering the fact that we will not be on next Tuesday live, should we just still read off until next Tuesday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Still
We
be off
might be
until
on
next
YouTube next.
Yeah, we might be.
next
We'll-
Tuesday. So check us out.
Pending, of course, follow our YouTube at capital P, UCK, capital D, ROP, capital LHS.
Okay, they know how to find
Yes.
our YouTube channel.
Anyway, yes, so they have a game tonight versus the Avalanche. In 53 games, the Avalanche are 41-11-1. So that's a
That's
very
incredible.
dangerous. That's
Impressive.
incredible. Jets on Thursday, second game of the homestand.
Jets Travis Zajac night.
That's right, yep. And then, of course, Saturday, their third and final game before next Tuesday, where they have a 10 o'clocker next Tuesday on the road down in their California run. They will be hosting the Ducks of Anaheim. So 3 7 p.m. starts, all in a row, at The Rock. So It's going to be an interesting one. Jordan Cooper, would you like to start with your
My
predictions?
famous nickname.
Yes, your famous nickname.
This is tough. This is tough. I see the Devils going. You know what? The Devils haven't lost in overtime in a long time, so I'm going to see them going 0-2-1, and they're going to lose in overtime to Winnipeg. The Ducks have been pretty good this year. Colorado is Colorado, as always. So,
Yeah.
what do you think, Rob?
All right, thank you for handing it off to me. So I think it's going to be a tough loss tonight versus the Avalanche. This Avalanche team is on fire. Again, 41-11 won the record, speaks itself. The goaltending from Kemper speaks itself. I think it's going to be a tough night for the Devils. They're taking on the Jets. The Jets are on a losing streak. I believe they've won one of their last 5 or one of their last 4. One of the 2, I believe it was. But yeah, they're hosting the Jets. I think they're going to be able to pull out a win there. And then I think it's going to be a tough run versus the Ducks. But I think that's going to be an overtime loss. So I think they'll be 1-1-1.
Let's see. I usually don't like to give specifics for wins and losses. So I'm just going to give a record. I'm going to agree with Ryan. I'm going to say they go 1-1-1.
The 1-1-1 formula.
Yes.
Exactly.
1-1-1.
Formula 1.
Well, any final thoughts on games this week? I mean, it is going to be a tough week. Avalanche are the best team in the NHL.
Oh, no question about
The
it.
Ducks
Nobody's
are having
questioning
a somewhat surprising year, and the Jets have been a little disappointing and inconsistent. But
Yeah.
I will say this,
I think
though.
they have the potential
I will say
to
this,
be a
though.
very good team.
For you optimistic Devils fans, the Avalanche, yes, for you optimistic Devils fans, the Avalanche have lost 2 of their last 3. And in their most recent win, they only won by a goal.
Interesting.
Kemper's given up some goals. He gave up 4 goals versus the Islanders. He gave up 3 goals.
Kemper did not play against the Islanders.
Pardon me, whoever played goal. So the Avalanche
Francouz.
are giving up goals.
All right.
Devils
Well,
are scoring goals. It's a good match.
This could work out.
it could. Well, usually we end our show on the week preview, but since it's our final show, we thought we'd do something fun. Jacob has a very uncanny ability to guess which Devils scored.
Not guess.
Remember which Devils scored in every single game for the past 5 years, going
Since
back to
2017.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I have a virtual wheel of games pulled up on my computer, and some answers pulled up here on my phone, and so we're gonna spin the wheel,
But before we start, so you know I'm not cheating.
he's close in his
I
computer.
would also like
everyone.
to say, you know how they say photographic memories are a myth?
Jacob has one.
I
For
think
hockey.
it might be established that we've met our first person with an actual photographic memory. If he
Just
gets
for
this
hockey.
right. Yeah.
All right, each
Because,
wheel.
yeah.
So on the wheel are games from the past 5 years. I'm gonna spin it. 3, 2, 1, spin. It's
Okay,
spinning,
cool. We don't need
spinning,
the extra.
spinning.
Spinning.
And Devils versus Maple Leafs, April 5th, 2018.
Does he have to say the score as well?
No, he just has to guess the Devils who scored.
April 5th, 2018. This is a game I was at, and the Devils. Of
course.
The fact that you remember you were at it is crazy.
They beat the Maple Leafs 2-1
Yes.
to clinch the Stanley Cup playoffs. The 2 goal scorers were Pavel Zacha and Miles Wood.
Yes, you are
Patrick
right.
Maroon had 2 assists.
I couldn't have even guessed that was even near the playoffs. Well, actually, obviously, I couldn't have
April.
after doing some thinking,
April.
but like he clicked like that. Wow.
Yeah. All right. So, next game. Da-na-na-na-na.
Spinning,
Here we
Spinning.
go.
spinning.
It's gonna land on.
I want to see some games with some more goals.
Devils versus Blues, March 6, 2022. Oh, that's the literal last game that was played. Okay, go.
Okay, so we talked about that game in this episode. The 3 goals that the Devils scored in a 3-2 overtime win against the Blues came from Ty Smith in his return to the lineup, Dawson Mercer, I believe that was his 14th goal of the season, and Dougie Hamilton with his 2nd goal after returning from injury, the overtime winner.
Of course, that was a game that I put in as
Jackie's
easy
assists.
as luck. I've put in some hard games, so let's see if you get one here.
Give me a hard one. The first 2 of those were
I
easy.
can't give you a hard one. It's random. The first.
Wheel, give me a hard one.
Oh, God of wheels. Let's see what it lands on. March 23rd, 2021, Devils at Flyers.
Okay.
Ooh, he's thinking about it here.
So do you remember this by the significance of the game?
This is a bit of a hard one.
I think I remember it. I think Michael McLeod scored.
I'm not going to tell you the answer until you get all
I think
of them.
I think Michael McLeod scored. I think Kyle Palmieri scored.
I'm not going to tell you the
I
answer until you
think
get
Travis Zajac scored, and I think Yegor Sharangovich.
Yes! You got it. All of them. All of them.
There's a
It was
decent chance this kid's a Mensa, everybody. He's a genius.
It was a 4-3 win against the Flyers. Okay.
I wasn't so. It took me a little bit to remember like when exact because they played the Flyers 8 times last
That's
year,
true,
so
yeah.
it took me a
All
a
right.
second to extra.
All right. So one more. How about?
No, let's do a few more.
Okay.
We got time.
Let's do two more.
No, let's do 3 more.
Three more.
Why don't we see if he ever gets one wrong? We could be here all day.
All right.
That one was a little
Gonna
higher.
land on January 19th, 2019, Devils versus Ducks.
There's no way you know this.
Okay.
3 years ago.
This Taylor Hall. Or no, Taylor Hall was on the team.
Wow, you remember it by Ryan's right. You remember it by the significance of the game.
It was 2020 was when Taylor Hall was here. January 19th, 2019. Can you tell me what the score of the game was?
You can do that once in this entire time. Do you want to use it now?
Yeah.
Okay. The Devils lost 2-3 or 3-2.
They lost 3-2.
Yes.
And it was a road game. So
No. It was a home game.
It was a home. Oh, actually, you know what? I remember I was gonna go to this game, and then I was too tired, so I stayed home.
What were
The
you
goals
tired from? Can you inform us of that as
I
well?
don't remember.
Oh, there
Marcus
we go.
Johansson and Jesper Bratt.
That is correct.
Yep.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
All right, last one.
No, we're
one.
doing 2 more.
2 more. Okay, you're really eager to do this.
If you think
I
you're
like
talented,
doing this. This is fun.
If you think you're talented, wait till you meet Jacob Gorin.
Oh. Devils at Rangers, November 14th, 2021.
Okay, so that was this year,
Yes.
this season, and that was a 4-3 shootout loss. And let's see, who scored the goals? Jesper Bratt scored, Dougie Hamilton scored, and Pavel Zacha scored. And Jonathan Bernier blew the game for the team in the shootout.
I remember this game. I watched this game. And that is correct.
I was
by the
screaming
way.
at Jonathan Bernier through my TV.
Well, he was apparently playing injured. Apparently.
Apparently.
All right. Last one. Drum roll, please, if you will, Ryan.
This audio people are going to kill me, but okay.
All right. It's spinning. It's spinning. It's spinning.
Oh, it's still going?
Yeah, it's spinning. Oh. Devils versus Penguins, November 13th, 2018.
Okay, 2018.
Yes.
So, I think this was in Pittsburgh.
No.
It was at home.
Oh.
Okay. No, I remember.
Hold on, wait.
It was
We have a
a
decent chance of getting this
4-2
wrong.
win. Taylor Hall had 4 points, and I believe. And Taylor Hall scored 2 of the goals. Travis Zajac. No, wait. Did Zajac score? Severson scored, I think. And who scored the last goal?
You have to guess. You have to guess.
Zajac.
Yes, you got it. 2 goals scored by Taylor Hall, 1 by Travis Zajac, 1 by Damon Severson, and he has a 100% winning rate. This man is a legend. Jacob Gorin. Follow his Instagram. I don't know what it is.
Gorin J8.
And with that wraps up the last puck drop of the season.
No, it does not.
It does not.
No, it doesn't.
This is our
We're the
director and our
one-
floor manager.
We're the ones doing the outro this time.
Yeah, we are. You've
Well,
done
be
it
sure
for
to thank your crew. I was supposed to thank
Yeah,
your crew.
he was supposed to thank
Oh,
you guys.
well, yeah, well,
Can one of you try and do the quick puck underscore drop that on?
sure, pull up the socials. But thank you to the crew. You guys have been amazing. Thank you to you 3 as well. Anything to add to that?
No, it's been a wonderful, wonderful show. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you all for all your help, and thank you all for all of your watching.
Wait, hold on, and typing
Now
error.
Aaron's gonna have a.
Okay, this is
great
all of
aneurysm.
them?
That's
Trying to read 'em.
Instagram, and then Twitter is.
All right, whatever. Okay, so
No. You gotta say it. This is puck drop.
No, you messed up.
Puck
Oh
underscore
my
drop
God, just let me do it.
Our Twitter
All
is
right.
at LHS
Go
puck
ahead.
drop.
Okay,
Jordan.
follow us on Instagram at puckdrop.LH.
Alright.
No, you can't do it.
Puck underscore drop LHS source. That's right. Puck underscore drop LHS source.
Just you do it then.
And our Twitter is at LHS Puck Drop. Thank you to our crew, everybody. This is why I do the outros, fellas. Good try, though.
Nobody
thank you to
can
our crew.
understand
Thank
you
to our crew, Aaron
anyways.
Misdahl, Jacob Davis, Ryan Stern, Noah Varman, Jamie Heskett, Rory Gruber, and Marley Goldstein.
And Alex Block.
And Alex Block. That will do it for Puck Drop this year. We will see you on YouTube. That's right. YouTube, capital P, UCK, capital D, RAP, LHS. If I emphasize it, it's capitals. Toodaloo!
All right, see you next year.
See ya.